Okay, the doors are in. A couple things that we're going to have to fix a little bit later on, but the next step we're doing is we're going to insert the windows. The windows are obviously on the architecture tab underneath window, and you can click down here, and I've really limited the windows that you're going to have. In a normal environment, you'll have multiple windows to pick from, but we're going to use the same window all the way around except in the kitchen. So we'll start in the top of the building or on the north end. And we're going to grab this 36 by 72 window, and I'm just going to place it approximately where I think it belongs. And we're going to go back and use dimensions in order to get them into those spots. So we have two windows on the top, another window on the side, another window in this bedroom, two windows down here, and then some windows that are right next to each other, and then a couple more windows that are next to each other like that. And then we have on the side here, we're going to use a 36 by 48 window, and then right back to the 36 by 72. Now these windows need to go in very specific spots. At this point, you can look on your sheet in your dimensions to try to get them in there, but I'm going to go back and use my temporary dimensions or place dimensions to get them exactly where they need to go. When dimensioning windows, we dimension from the edge to the center of the window. I'm going to hit the escape key, click on here, and this window here is supposed to be from the edge of the wall to the center of the window is 8 foot 11. So I'm simply going to type in 8 space 11. That gets that to the correct spot. Up here, we'll go ahead and use the temporary dimensions again as well, but just understand that the dimensions need to be from the edge of the wall to the center of the window, and that one is 5 foot 7. Okay, moving along a little bit faster here. Again, I'm going to grab it by the daily whacker, move it there, and we're going to turn this one to 5 space 7. This one here is going to be 5 foot 7 as well. I could place my own temporary dimensions, but this seems to work just as fine, and it saves you a step. 5 foot 7 again to the edge. This one here, you could go from center to center, or you could go, you could drag the dimension. I'm going to drag it from the center of that window to the center of this window, and getting the dimension that I'm looking for, which is 10 foot 5. And then we'll go ahead and grab this one here from the edge. We'll go ahead and move the temporary dimension from the center of the window to the center of the window. That one is 10 foot 7. And then we have 6 foot to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag this to the center of the window as well. Remember, whichever window is blue is the one you're going to move, so make sure you select that. That was actually a mistake. Let's see here. Let's go back. That's supposed to be 10 foot 7, and this one is 6 foot from the center to the center. Okay, down here, these are a little bit tougher. We'll do the toughest ones last. From the edge of the wall, moving the temporary dimension to the center of the window. It will snap to it. That should be 3 foot 6. Got pretty close on that one. And then each window is 3 foot apart. So somehow we've got to find a way to get the temporary dimensions there. Click back on it. From center to center, 3 foot. 3, 3, enter. And then it's the same dimensions on the other side. 3 foot 6 from the edge of the center. Please take your time, pause the video as you're getting each one of these. I've done this several times, so this isn't really hard for me to do. You need to be patient and make sure that you are moving the windows so they are in the exact spot. And if I just spot checked one more time, you could see there's 10 foot 7. All of the windows are now in. The one thing that we neglected to do was check the head height of the windows. We all know that the windows indoors are at should be at 6 foot 8, but in Revit it's 7 foot 8. And so we will fix that a little bit later on, but you could fix it now. We can also change it in the schedule. So the last thing that we'll do is we will click on a window. right click and say select all instances in the entire project. Now I've grabbed all the windows except for this blue one, and I'm going to change the head height over here in the properties to 7'8". Okay, and then this one here as well is at 7 foot, and I'm going to change that head height as well to 7'8". Now all my windows are in, they're at the correct height, and you can move on to the next step.